Aho to ye travellers, cometh young, cometh old. 'Tis adventure we seek for the meek and the bold. A knight and a wizard who drink smashes sour have a magic crusade for you this questing hour.
Welcome back, travelers.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Why am I nervous?
Hello, mateys. It's been a long while.
Ahoy! Welcome back to the Questing Hour podcast. As you may notice, we have a very special guest with us today. Our friend Ori. Hello!
Hello.
Host of the Essence of True Self podcast, here with
Yes.
us today, gracing us with her presence.
Oh my gosh. It's so exciting. I can't wait. Our very first guest on our podcast.
I know!
Hello.
So, Ori, how are you feeling?
I am feeling very great today. It's very gloomy but sunny at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to take it all in. So
Is the weather there similar to how it is in Memphis?
Here?
Yeah.
yes, very
Yeah.
similar, but it's just way more humid out
Oh,
here since we're
I
closer to
bet.
the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only ever been in the summer when it has been musty and gross. I don't know what it's like in the winter down there.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready
Yeah.
for fall and winter.
Oh my
Go
god.
ahead and pass
Seriously.
the heat.
I've seen Halloween stuff out already and I'm like, please, I need it to be cold so bad.
Spirit Halloween. By the time this episode comes out, Spirit Halloween
Halloween
should be open.
It's so exciting! I need a pumpkin spice latte
I
and I
am
need to go
so-
look at a ghost.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, normally I have a tradition of sticking my holidays to the month that they're in, and I celebrate on the 1st of October, but my work put out some Halloween stuff and I was like, oh my
You're
god,
feeling
dare
it, right?
I?
You're feeling
Should
it.
I?
Celebrate early? Like break
Shall I?
my literally decades long tradition of celebrating only in October, and I'm like,
No.
No.
You
I
have
don't
to do
know.
it.
I feel I just gotta. I did buy one sign because it was the last one, and it says, "A haunted home is a happy home."
That is
Mhm.
so cute. That is
And it was the
precious.
last one, so I had to
You
buy
had
it.
to get it. You had to
But
get it.
I was like, I'm cutting myself off
Mhm.
until October.
That's so valid. No, I believe that as soon as the weather gets at least a little bit chilly, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
And then it's Halloween until October 31st. And
Mhm.
then it's Christmas
And it's
until
Christmas.
until the end of December, and you get a 1-day break for Thanksgiving in the
Mhm.
middle, and then that's like the
in the
halfway
middle
point.
of Christmas.
And then it's like extra, and then it's like Christmas on crack, and then you go even harder for Christmas.
yeah, it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas on crack, and then
Christmas,
the New
Christmas,
Year.
Christmas, Christmas, and then New Year's, and the. It's so great.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
I say do it, Ari, because
Yeah.
every time when
Yeah.
Halloween comes, everything be on. So
Right? And then by the time
I know.
October rolls around, you're like, wait, I'm running out of time to do all the things I want to
Well,
do.
part of the reason too, I was like, what if I just like start a little bit earlier this year, is because last year when I went to Spirit Halloween, it was empty. And I went in like the second week of October.
Oof.
I was like,
Mhm.
God damn, there's like nothing in this store.
Yeah.
And it was horrible and not even worth it. I was just like, I don't want to, this sucks. Like, this sucks. But then we went also like the week of Halloween, and it was like empty, like
Oh, I bet.
nothing in the store, which is not
Mhm.
shocking at
Mhm.
all because everyone waits till last minute. But I was surprised to see it sell out so early.
Yeah, that's
but-
wild.
I know. I feel like every year they just like be pushing the holidays sooner and sooner.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So down here too, they what's it called? They start school sooner than
Oh.
what I'm used to.
Mhm.
So the summer stuff was already out of the store like almost 2-3 weeks ago.
Dang.
And it was
Mhm.
all school stuff. And I was like, this is gross. It's
These
still
poor kids.
July. I know, these poor kids.
Yeah, that's
I was
awful.
like-
A couple
and then-
schools here have already gone back, which is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And I think some of them have started this week, and then some of them start like next week, like first thing next week. But I'm like,
Mhm.
all the school stuff's in, and the next
Mhm.
big holiday is Halloween, so it's only makes sense that they're shoving that stuff in now.
Mhm.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to rush my holidays. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
as much as I want to celebrate so bad, I'm
Right.
not trying to rush my time.
Mhm.
No, it's really important to be present, and buying for Halloween right now is not present.
Yep, that is true. You're thinking about Halloween, and we're in July.
Yeah, it's July, literally. Ugh, when you say it like that, it sounds
I mean, it's like almost August. Yeah, it'll be August when this comes out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Happy August.
Happy August, guys.
All that being said, what are you guys going as for Halloween this year?
I didn't even think of that. Really didn't think of that. I'm like,
I have a few options up my sleeves.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I gotta narrow it down.
Yeah, I'm thinking sexy Joan of Arc or Chapel Rowan, because I think I can do that pretty well. Which is basically just like a pink clown.
I always get torn now that I'm like a young adult. I always get torn between wanting to be like sexy or like actually spooky.
Like committed. Yeah.
Like committed to the bit. But I really I'm like, what if I go as a sexy nurse or like or one of those nurses from freaking Silent Hill. That's what it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
That would be sick, right?
Really cool.
that would be sick.
Like, what if I do that?
Yeah.
Arguably, they are sexy. Don't quote me on that.
Arguably, they are sexy. I am quoting it.
Yes.
Just put a pin in it.
Putting it in there. It will be quoted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe I want the fall weather now.
Me
I
too,
need it
because
so
I'm tired
bad.
of all this heat. I want all the winter and the leaves falling off. and
Yes.
all of it. The fall, the winter, all of it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, summer's here. I'm excited for a split second. Then I go outside. I'd be like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is abusive to me.
We can't do spooky things together.
Don't start this now, Ari. Let's not, please.
We can't.
I know
Since
that's
we're
our
on the
thing.
topic, you guys, this recently, Ori has moved away from me. She's on
Boo.
pursuing her dreams and her best life,
How dare you?
living 6 hours equal distant between me and Maggie, and then
Whoa,
me and
like
Ori,
Like a triangle.
like a triangle.
We have to find the exact point in the middle and
in
meet
the
there
middle
one day.
and meet.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yes.
I'll do some Google
Yes.
Maps
that's
research
a
after
quest
this.
that we gotta go
That
on.
would be so fun.
That would be
actually.
sick.
Yes.
Find,
Such a
like
good
a crappy
idea.
little hotel there.
Yes, and then just like find the things to do.
Yes.
Mhm.
That would
It'd be
be
Yes.
so fun.
Yeah.
But so since we're on the topic of Ori moving, what made you decide that you want to move? Because this is your first time away from home as a grown adult, kind of at all, right? Because you went to college in your hometown, like you've never left home.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? And what made you decide to do that?
Honestly, it feels amazing. Because I've been around my
Good.
family so long and like close friends like Ari when I meet on the way while I'm in my hometown. And I meet so many people that like outside of Memphis. And I'm like, why do I leave? And then, like a year ago, I just started traveling everywhere. And I was like, you know what? I want to move somewhere. I want to move away from my hometown to really get to know myself, understand myself on a deeper level instead of constantly being influenced by familiarities of my family. And of course, my close friends, because even though I love my friends, I'm just so used to being so close to people and doing everything with everybody. And now I'm on my own, and I just felt called to just step out on faith and see what happens. Who would I become in this time? In this 1 year from now, who would I be? And
Will you be?
that's how it all started.
That is
Yeah.
so exciting.
I
That
think
is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've talked about
it's-
that a couple times. Like, because me and Ari are both living in places that we didn't grow up in.
Mhm.
And we talk about just, like, when you're away from everything you've known, like, you're only left with yourself. And you have to figure out how to get by with the things that you have on your person. And it's terrifying, but, I mean, once you realize you can do it, like you said, looking back, like, in a year from now, you're like, wow, I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And me and Ori have talked a lot too, and it's about like her moving and stuff, because it really is in a way, because I know Ori's mentioned this before also, like a death and a rebirth.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're killing this old version of yourself that always had these familiar and these safe spaces, and when you're left to your own devices, it's kind of like you're forced to either, you know, learn new skills or change yourself to adapt based on who you are and not what you know.
Yeah, I have to learn that so much now that I live by myself, and I'm like, dang, pretty much everything is on me now. I can't be slacking. I can't just be leaning on everybody else to help me, even though I never really needed help. It was like a comfort for me to always know that somebody would be
Like,
there.
oh,
for
at
me.
least I have these people to fall back on.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
safety
Yeah.
net. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Safety
but-
net's gone, baby.
You're on that tightrope now.
yeah, and I'm like,
I mean,
now
I'm 6
supposed to be
hours
on my
away,
Zoom.
but I'll try my best.
We'll be there.
ASAP, just tell us when.
It's just like, yeah, just learning how to just depend on myself. I always been very independent, but it's just like, okay, now it's like really putting it to the test, and like I can't be.
Am I truly independent, or have I
Yeah.
just thought I have been because I had that safety to back up on?
And now I'm just like, okay, but it's very peaceful and calm,
Good.
and not feeling like I have to be somewhere all the time. And it's just like, oh, this is nice. I don't have to do stuff. I can do stuff on my own time. This is freedom.
Yes.
I love it. This is
So good.
nice.
It don't smell like roaches or nothing in here. Okay.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
That's good. That's good. We'd love to
Yeah.
hear it.
I know, it's so exciting.
But now that you're in a new city, you have new opportunities for so many things, including adventure. So, adventure! How would you define adventure for you?
That's a great question. Adventure is, for me, it's like an all or nothing. So something
Ooh,
that's
like go big or
completely,
go home.
yeah, something
Oh, I love
completely out
that.
of my comfort zone, and I'm like, I'm already out of my comfort zone. So what can I do that I normally don't do? Like go to festivals, or like just going to like meetups to meet different people, or how else do I define adventure? Just finding something that I know that will also be out of my comfort zone, but in my comfort zone at the same time. Even though this is a very spiritual place, y'all know I'm very spiritual, so it's just like it's not very out of my comfort zone, but at the same time, okay, it's so many different things you can do in a big city. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever comes to mind.
Do whatever I want.
Well, I can do whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do this, let's do that. But really, adventure is like stepping out of my comfort zone, doing something I never do, like if I was back home.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
We went to go drive Ori to help her like pack and move into her place, and we were driving through and we were going through like the Louisiana bayous and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like I've never been here ever. This was the first time I've ever been here. And driving through, I was like, this is crazy. Like people don't take day trips to New Orleans. And then like we went to Bourbon Street that night before we moved into her apartment. And we walked around a bit, and I was like, I can't wait to like, take a trip. I was like, maybe I can convince Maggie to come to me, and then we'll road trip to her.
Weekend.
A little
Yes,
trip, and then we
Never
can
heard
just
nobody.
party. Little weekend never hurt nobody.
Right. Oh, that'd be so
And
nice.
I was like, that would be like so fun, so nice. Because like 6 hours is long, but it's not like impossible.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is a crazy day trip to be making. And I saw so much nature, so many. I was like, this is an adventure. I was like, who can say that they just went to Louisiana like last night? And
Came back the next day and went to work. Yeah.
The next day just went to work, went home, walked the dogs, you know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Mhm.
Like that was an adventure for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I love that like all three of us just have that we'll do it in a day
Yeah, it's
instinct.
like, okay.
Just like oh you wanna drive 6 hours to go to New Orleans? Sure, let's do it. I got nothing to do.
Yes. Yes.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. And I think that will get you far for sure.
Mhm.
In a whole new city, you're like, oh, see like a flyer for like a thing that I want to do. Go do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, it's just a lot of open-mindedness.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Oh,
go
yeah.
with the flow.
Yeah,
For
for
everything.
sure. Mhm.
Do you think that that's a necessity for someone who moves to a new place?
Definitely. Definitely. Because you can't stay in your bubble for so long. You're not going to be able to explore the place that you decided you want to move to. Like, how do you expect to have so many experiences without actually looking around and seeing what's there for you? And there can be so many opportunities. So it's just like, you got to be open to whatever comes your way. And then you can also deny what you don't want to happen. So it's not, you can control what you let in and what you let out. Okay? So being open-minded is key, but you can always have the power to allow what happens, you know?
Yeah,
Thanks.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where would you say you are in like your hero's journey? Because you moved to this new place. If you had to think about the hero's journey circle, which if you need a refresher, I could give it
we
to
can
you.
fill you in, yeah.
Please let me know.
So so the hero's journey, little recap for our viewers as well as Ori, because that's something that we all kind of learned earlier in school, like in our earlier years. So we got the hero's journey where you're in your ordinary world, and then you have your call to adventure, which is like usually something that has to, summons you to the unknown, but then you have the refusal of the call where you're like, this unknown is too scary for me. I don't want to do it. No way, Jose. And then you meet a mentor, and your mentor is like, hey, I'm from the unknown. You should come to the unknown. And then you have crossing the threshold, where you cross over to the unknown and you meet your tests, your allies, your enemies. We have the approach, which is like the rising action, to the climax, which would be the ordeal. And then at the end of the ordeal, you have your reward from your troubles. And then from the reward, you have the road back to your normal, ordinary life, where you return home with your reward, with all the lessons you've learned.
Oh, okay. I'd say I'm through the threshold right now.
Okay, she crossing the
I
threshold.
would say, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
I'm
would say
definitely in
so.
the unknown right now. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm just over here just living at this point. So I didn't deny the call. I wanted to so many times, but
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not trying to refuse it. I want to accept.
It's hard.
But I can't right now.
It is hard.
She's like, but what if?
what if? And I don't want to live my life with a lot of what ifs. So I'm just
Right?
like, might
Yeah.
as well just
So-
dive right in.
What would you say was holding you back before? Because obviously you've accepted the call now. You've crossed that threshold into this unknown magical world. But what was holding you back if you wanted to so bad? If you feel comfortable sharing.
Ooh. I mean, fear that it won't work out like anything else in life. Fear that I'm not capable of actually achieving the goal that I set myself to do while I'm here. But knowing who I am, I ain't no quitter, so it's not in me. So I'm just like, all these negative thoughts will come up when you're about to make a big change in your life. So that's kind of normal not for me, because I stayed in my comfort zone for so long, but I also did a lot of stuff out of my comfort zone. But I guess after the travel of the year I did before I actually moved, it helped me be more comfortable to go through the threshold of the unknown, because when I was traveling, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I just decided, let me apply the same thing now. Let me just refresh that memory and not allow myself to give in to the fear of the unknown. So,
Yeah. That's
Dang,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah. And okay, so you've already crossed the threshold. So you're in the new world, and you're kind of, when the heroes in most stories reach this point, they're realizing that they're in a place where none of the knowledge that they knew in their old world kind of applies. So they have to relearn everything.
She said
Absolutely.
yes.
They have to relearn
Absolutely.
Do you have any examples of things that you have had to relearn or like adapt to very quickly in your new environment?
To be honest, paying all the dang bills.
Oh,
Everything
gosh.
coming
A
out of
whole
my
new
paycheck.
system, and like
Like,
everything's coming up.
I have to be very strict on my budget and everything that I spend at this time, even though I'm a very fruitful woman who like to buy so much stuff.
Yeah.
I already know this. I already know a lot of this.
She's a thrifter girly too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she gets caught in the trap of like finding things, and she's
It's
like,
bad.
I gotta.
Side note, I went to the thrift shop and it's like this huge thrift shop down here. Wonderful, beautiful. And I had to
Okay.
contain myself when I
No,
was like,
there's quite
you know
a
what?
few. We have to go visit so we can all go thrifting.
yes,
I'm on my way.
It's so many. It's so many.
I'll be there tomorrow.
I was like,
See
oh
you
my
in 12
god.
hours, Ori.
But yeah, it was beautiful. It was like a heaven on earth for me. And I was like, I cannot spend my money right now. I
Right.
cannot.
So sad.
But I was like, I haven't been in there, so I was looking around,
Mhm.
but it was so busy in there, so I was just like, okay, let me come on a weekday that is not as busy
Yeah.
because there's too many people on the weekend. So
Gosh, yeah.
it was really nice though. It's like I was like, oh, this is nice. When I bring Maggie and Ari here, they gonna love it.
Okay,
They
wait,
gonna
okay,
love
wait.
it.
I'm glad you thought of us.
Yes, I was like, oh my god.
Oh. What's it
What was the
called?
question again? The question.
Oh.
So she was just asking like some things that you have found that you had to relearn based on, you know, your move.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are getting very crunchy. You froze. You froze, you froze, you froze, you froze, you froze. Okay, give me 1 second. You froze, you froze.
Froze, not me.
You froze, you froze.
You
I
froze.
think it's me. You froze, you froze, you froze, you froze. I'm trying to fix my Wi-Fi. Hold up. You froze, you froze. Connect. Okay, 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 okay. Are you back?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, hello.
Okay. We see you. We see you moving.
So
She's like,
embarrassing.
"Hello?"
She's alive. Okay.
My garbage Wi-Fi is so embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassed.
Are you not embarrassed?
I am embarrassed.
I cannot.
Wait, Ori said it with like a nice, like accented tone, and then mine was a little watered down, and yours was even more.
It was the properest way I ever heard it. Let's just say it like that, okay?
I am embarrassed.
I am.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
That was the laugh I needed for today, Maggie.
You're welcome.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I did such like a huge change from the hometown I grew up in to down
Oh,
here. And it was a huge like culture shock for me. Like, would you say it's a culture shock from moving here to there?
Absolutely. Even though it's in the South still, it's just like big cities, big buildings everywhere
Yeah.
you turn. And like the biggest change for me is like the roads. Oh my god.
Ugh.
It's
The
so
first
hard.
thing you notice about anywhere is driving and the
Oh,
roads,
gosh,
and
yeah.
it's like, does anyone know how to drive actually?
Nope.
Yeah. I was just like, what is happening?
Mhm.
I'm driving on the
Absolutely
wrong
not.
side of the road. I'm like, this is not the right side. I need to hurry up and get on the other side. I'm
Oh
like,
no,
it's
that
so
would freak
crazy.
me out.
Yeah,
I know,
that's
because
crazy.
you can do a lot of like U-turns here. In Memphis,
Oh,
you
yeah.
couldn't do that. You couldn't do that at all. So I'm just like, I feel like this is illegal, even though I'm doing a U-turn. Everybody's doing it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? What is this
Wrong.
sorcery? I don't know what this is. So yeah, it was just that was a lot of change with my money and pretty
Oh,
much
yeah.
getting around, seeing different buildings, and like the architecture here is so pretty, especially
Yeah.
the
I can
how the
imagine.
houses are so beautiful. You can tell like they was built like a long time ago, but they
Oh,
hold
yeah.
up so well.
Hmm.
And I was just looking around. It's like taking it all in and having more places to go to, like nature and get close to the water. I haven't lived close to an ocean in all my life. So being so close to the ocean, beautiful,
I love
Yes.
that.
and I'm just like, oh, I'm taking it all in. It's like when you think you getting to know a place, you still have so much to learn.
Mhm.
So,
I love that for
Yeah,
you. That's
that's
so
so exciting.
exciting.
hmm
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't like. I remember like when I moved because I grew up right by the ocean at all times, and then I moved to a landlocked state, which was like horrible.
Yeah.
I like even now, like 6 years later, I'm like, damn, I like wish I could just go to the ocean. And I don't even
I
like
miss the
swim.
beach.
I just like need to be by it.
Mhm.
Like being
Yeah.
by it alone is so like healing and rejuvenating.
hmm
Yeah.
And it feels so incredible.
It does. It's
But
wonderful.
I'm glad that you're taking this huge jump, like life change with like big positive strides. It's good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would be terrified and scared to be in your position. And some of them don't even have enough of feeling to ever pursue it or do it and leave their hometown, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was a lot easier for me because I did a lot of scary things, quote unquote, before I moved.
Mhm.
Like so many things like I would never thought I would be doing within the last 2 years that I have did what I have done. Started a business, started a podcast, going traveling multiple places and not knowing what's gonna happen next, how I'm gonna get the money. It just happened.
Yeah.
And that just I did so many scary things and I'm like, okay, let me just see what else scares me. You know,
Yeah.
it scares the crap out of me just living by
Yeah.
myself. But like at the same time, like I know I'm gonna be taken care of every step of the way. Because it's
Yeah.
been proven to me so many times.
That's incredible.
I love that. So, what would you say is the best advice you've ever received to that is helping you? Or what is advice you would give to someone who wants to be in your position?
Oh, that's a great question. It just when you asked me that question, I just thought about this TikTok video. This man said, "How do you know you're on the right path?" And he said, "When the path disappear, going into the unknown,
Oh.
not knowing where you're gonna go to next." And that been in my mind ever since I watched that video. And I'm like, that make me feel so much comfort, and I hope somebody else get that as well. Because we so used to living in a society telling us that we need to plan out every step of the way of our life. But literally we've been living in the unknown this whole time and we don't even realize it. So
Yeah.
being
Because
okay
nothing's
with
guaranteed.
nothing. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and we're not really paying attention to what happened in the past and be too busy focused on the future. But the only thing that matters right now is the present. So the only way you can get through the present is going through the unknown of what might happen tomorrow.
Unless you're buying Halloween decorations.
You know, always.
Then buy them now.
Buy them
Yeah.
right now. Spirit Halloween, I'm talking to you.
Yeah. Open your doors.
But
But yeah, I love that because like my friend, when I was younger, because I'm a very like scared person. I'm like terrified of everything. And it might not seem that way.
I was like,
But
Ari,
it
who is
is.
that?
No, seriously. But it's like I always have these moments of fear that often like hold me back, and I'm breaking out of that. But when I'm doing things like traveling, or even when I go to, for example, like Maggie and I went to Disney, and going on those roller coasters, I always have this huge moment of like fear where I'm like, I don't want to do this. And like the instinct
Yeah.
is to get out of line and not go. And a prime example is Tower of Terror, which every time I go, I'm literally pissing myself because I'm so scared. Like, I was in the line and I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to do it. And Maggie's like, it'll be okay. Like, laughing at me as we're in the line. And we get on and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared.
Oh my
But
gosh.
afterwards, as soon as the ride is over, I'm like, oh my God, let's go again. Like, that is so much fun. The adrenaline is pumping through me. I had this friend when I was younger, and she always used to tell me and just be like, okay, 5 seconds of courage, and then just do it. Like, pretend you're a different person for 5 seconds and have that 5 seconds of courage. Like a person with courage and just do it. Just do it. Yeah. And then afterwards, you can be like, either I love it or I hate it. And Tower of Terror is a perfect example of that. Yeah. Every year, I'm scared to do it, but I'm like, okay, let's just do it. Pretend this ride is 5 seconds. Get on the ride and go. Like, I know what happens because I've been on it. And as soon as I get off, I'm like, shit, that was the best thing ever. Let's go again.
I don't know if you guys have ever been like cliff jumping, like at lakes or quarries or something.
No.
But they always
they
always tell you like the longer you wait to jump, like the less likely it is that you're actually gonna jump.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna chicken out. So you have to like turn off your brain and just like literally just
go.
Let your feet lead you off the ledge, or
you're
gonna be too scared if you just keep looking at it and being like, okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go now. Like
like the longer you stare at the height, and
yeah,
just
like the more scared you're
dauntingness
gonna
of
get.
it. Yeah.
So if you just like decide, I'm going now, and then you do it, like you're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Maggie was actually there the first time I like cliff jumped. It was at like quarry freshman year.
It was the first time I ever did it too.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There was a lot of quarries around our college, and so one of the times before it ended up getting cold in the fall. I think we went in August or September. Was it August?
One of those,
or at the end of the year. I can't remember. I remember there was a game or something going on.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Anyway, we went with a bunch of friends and we were all swimming at like an end of the quarry and just like hanging out or whatever. And we saw a bunch of people jumping off the cliff into the water. And we were like, what if we do that? And we got over there and I remember just being like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't do
everyone's like, just do it. Just do it. It's okay. Like everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments where like I exhibited like, okay, 5 seconds of courage, just pretend I'm a different person and just like do it before my brain can even convince me not to do it. And I jumped and my butt hurt so bad.
Did you go butt first?
I didn't jump properly and I like didn't have my legs closed, which is what you're supposed to do. I didn't know. I didn't know that. So like I kind of like just like jumped willy-nilly, almost cannonball-like, and my butt water shot up the butthole.
Yeah, bikini bottom straight up. It's bad.
So bad, but I was like, I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
And it was so much fun despite the burning hole.
Wow, Ari. When I first cliff jumped, I think the first time I ever did it was in Puerto Rico. And when I was doing like hiking and I was doing all the crazy stuff that was out of my comfort zone. So doing the hiking and stuff, and I didn't have the proper shoes, so I was just slipping and sliding everywhere. And it was in the rainforest. So we was going up these rocks and stuff, climbing and doing all this thing. And I was like, I didn't even know we have to climb. He didn't say this on the little thing. So I'm like, why are we climbing? And I was like, oh my God, why are we climbing?
Why are we climbing?
I was like, oh, hiking do consist of climbing, but I didn't think of that. I didn't have that in my mind. So he was like, yeah, since you didn't come down the slide because my shoes were too slippery to go up the slippery rock, I couldn't go down the slide. So he was like, you got to cliff jump. Everybody was cliff jumping.
He was like, you stuck.
Jump. You got to get down the way.
You got to jump. And I was like looking down. I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh my God. And if it wasn't even the highest one. So I was just like, oh my God. Every time I looked down, I was like, okay, I got to do it. Yeah. Even though I had like a little vest on to help me. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. And then when I did, I was like, this is amazing. And then when I jumped, butterflies came everywhere because it was in the rainforest.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so magical.
Beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do it again. But I didn't do it again. My shoes was too slippery. I wasn't going to do it.
Couldn't climb all the way back up.
Slipping and sliding.
Yeah, there's no way.
Absolutely not. Not worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that because, like, I remember when you went on that trip to Puerto Rico, I was like, this is it. Like, this is you living your best life. Like, because after that trip, it was like a gateway. She went to Chicago. She, like, literally traveling everywhere. And I
Yeah.
know that
I
you're
love
going to
that.
be doing some more in the future.
Mhm.
What would you say is the importance of people living their best life or living their true potential, if you will? Essence of True Self podcast. Episodes come out
Oh.
weekly. Thank you.
Yes, every Thursday, if you might
Every
say.
Thursday, in case you're wondering. So, as soon as you're done listening to the questing hour, I have
Do a little
another
back-to-back
podcast. Just throw a
special.
little back-to-back special on Thursdays.
Yeah.
What would I say? First of all, not caring what other people think about what you're
Ooh,
gonna do.
that's hard.
Real.
It is hard.
Ew.
Ew, brother.
Be like, but we care about like what other people think about us so much. We don't even care about what we think about ourselves, and that's what I talk about in my podcast all the time.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. So when you constantly think about, oh my God, I can't believe this person thinking about, but what do you think? How do you feel? Like when somebody was like, I don't know if he gonna like me. Do you even like him? Do you
Real.
even like them? Like,
Wow.
like you have to start seeing yourself because the only person you have is you. When everybody is gone and nobody's judging you, you gonna be judging you. So why you not taking a leap of your life that you only have for now? You don't know when this is gonna last.
Mhm.
So I always say stop caring what other people think and take the steps because that's what helped me. And I always suggest shadow work. I'm plugging that in. I have a mailing list you can sign up for, you know.
Available on her website.
Yeah,
The Essence
yeah.
of True Self.
You get a free shadow
I'll put
book.
it on the screen.
Link to website.
Link. Website.
Website down below.
Yes. But yeah, just pretty much not caring what other people think and start diving into yourself. Loving on yourself. And actually feeling like you can be capable of doing that. We don't feel like we're doing that because we're not believing in ourselves enough to take the necessary steps to constantly do the scary thing. If you do it one time, it's not going to be as bad as the second time. It just takes practices. Multiple practice. So, yeah, that's what I give to that.
I love that.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy because, like, when I never thought of it that way, because, like, if you think about it, when you're worried about what other people think about you, you're kind of feeding into, like, this false image of yourself and trying to, like, morph yourself into that being that is not you.
Yeah.
You know? You're feeding into this idea of you that other people have formulated instead of being like, well, what do I think of myself? What do I think of myself and what do I think of these people? To go back to our season 1 episode of like our tests and our allies and enemies, this is an example of either giving into your enemies or leaning on your allies and learning to become your own ally as opposed to your own enemy. When you're feeding that image of yourself to strangers, to people's opinions of you, that's when you're being your own enemy in that I guess way. But if you were to stop and be like, okay, these people think this of me, but I know that is not true of myself, you know, that is when you're being your own ally. But sometimes that takes practice.
It does.
How would you say is the biggest thing that y'all have that has helped y'all, I guess, ignore other people's opinions?
Ooh.
Because that is one of the things that I'm working on. And I know a lot of people also struggle with that. Because it's like, you know, a lot of people rely on, you know, sometimes validation for, you know, their emotions, for their actions, for existing, you know, and without validation like that, you know, it's hard to find it in yourself without having confirmation externally. You know what I mean? Yeah. So how would you say is the best way that's helped y'all forget, like just be like, F your opinions, whatever. I am my own person.
Megan, I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. Well, I mean, personally, I am very much a person that has not cared about what people thought about me for a very long time.
I know.
That's like my whole thing.
Literally. And I have always respected and envied it at the same time.
But it did take me a long time to get here. Like, me now versus me in like high school, it was like a 180.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that got me here is spending time just with myself and like getting to know myself on a personal level as if I was getting to know like a best friend. Because when you're thinking about your best friends, like when I think about you guys, I don't think about like the clothes you're wearing, if your haircut is okay. Like I think about like the kind of person you are and your laughter and your joy and your emotions and the things you've done for me.
Stop.
And how cool you guys are. I don't think about like, oh, your shoes are from like last year's Vogue.
Ew, I hate that outfit.
Oh my gosh, the way you talked to that server was like a little weird. That comment you made was like a little off-putting. Like nobody thinks about the things that you do constantly.
That's true.
Yeah, so like spending time with yourself as you would a best friend and giving yourself that grace and focusing on the things that you would with somebody else is kind of what got me to where I am. Also, I think getting out of your comfort zone and taking those leaps, like I started dressing kind of, you know, however I wanted to.
Yeah.
And kind of like during college, after college, and realizing that like nobody is gonna
literally
like
cares.
even if they have something to say, they're not gonna say it to you. So you can like
that's
do whatever
true,
you want.
actually.
Yeah. Like they can look at you all they want, but how is that affecting me personally?
Yeah.
How is that doing anything, whether they're thinking of you a certain way or not? You know, especially if you're never gonna know. Like you could literally pretend everybody loves you.
Oh, that's what I did.
I do that a lot.
That's what I did.
It works. Yeah. But just seeing those little things and being like, oh, just like, you know, taking those tiny steps and being like, oh, well, this didn't affect me. Like, I got through this. I wore that weird outfit to the grocery store and nobody said anything, so maybe I can like try this next. Maybe I can do this. Yeah, and then eventually, you know,
baby steps.
and then eventually you're like, maybe I can move to a new city 6 hours away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
One day you're wearing weird clothes in the grocery store, and the next day you're moving to a whole new city.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the pipeline.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
Love it.
Maggie really pretty much wrapped it up. Because
yeah.
that's what I was going to say. Like,
I love it. Yeah.
But I will also add to that, it's like peeling back the layers and being honest with yourself. Yeah. Are you accepting what other people are saying of you because it's easier for you? Because you don't want to face yourself? Or are you accepting it because you just don't want to? You don't want to be somebody else. But you can be whoever you want to be. You are the author, the director of your story. But you cannot allow other people to continue to be somebody in your life and constantly play the side character in your story. We always give so much power to somebody else to be somebody in our story when we need to be that somebody. Being that best friend, being that caregiver, being that nurturer in our life that we always wanted. And like I said, you always have you. And accepting and knowing that you are capable of achieving whatever you want to do. And knowing that what you allow is up to you, not for others.
I love that. Yeah, like being fulfilled by yourself and not relying on other people.
Yeah, very well said.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and things like this too, like especially when you start learning to be fulfilled by yourself, are those things like that will give you the tools to be able to pick yourself up when you're down. And when something goes wrong and everything is not going your way, you still have yourself to pick yourself up without having to rely on anything external. I would say, as somebody who's still trying to learn to be that way, the biggest thing that has helped me has been you guys being able to do things like feeling like the main character in my life. Like Ori always matches my energy. Everywhere me and Maggie go, we're loud as fuck.
Real.
Loudest people in every room we're in. Like, absolutely.
So true.
And it's always like a funny, extremely exciting time with you guys. And it makes me forget that like I'm thinking about other people thinking about what I'm doing. And so it's easy to, if I can like when I'm by myself, as I'm learning to know myself and grow with myself, when I'm by myself, sometimes I remind myself that like I am the main character. Everyone else is a side character. So why would it matter what they're thinking about me when I'm the star?
Yes.
And I feel like so many people knock like main character syndrome, but like
It's fun.
it's fun. I have a theme song playing in the background
All
Right.
the time. All the time.
And like obviously, like be considerate of others. Think about other people's
Yeah.
feelings.
As long
like,
as you're
what's
not
going on
harming
in
other
here?
people. Yeah. As
What's
long as
going
you're not
on in my
harming other
brain?
people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in
Exactly.
my head shouldn't be affected by other people. Like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be relying on my every move, what other people are thinking about
Yeah.
me. Like, it's my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. When you being kind to yourself, it's just naturally you be kind to others.
Yeah.
But
And
if you're not
even
that
when
type
you're
of person.
kind to other people, I think so many people have talked about this too. Like when you're kind to other people, you also end up being kinder to yourself and generally a nicer person, and even being kind to other people helps those people be kind to other people. Kindness is really a chain basically, and I love the idea of things like paying it forward, because changing yourself can change other people. And so being kind and paying it forward, whatever it is, emotionally or physically, helps everybody eventually, you know?
Yeah.
And I truly believe that.
I agree. This is so empowering. I love this.
I know. I love this. I love this talk and little reminiscing that we've been having.
I know.
But those are all of our personal questions for you.
Oh.
So we're gonna bring it back a little bit to the questing hour.
Okay.
And what would you say is your knowledge of medieval times? Do you know anything about medieval or magical or anything at all? It's okay if you don't.
Fantastical, magical.
Fantastical.
Anywhere from like the 12 to 1500s.
Whimsy.
Oh, just a slither. I don't know that
Just,
much.
just a little.
Slither.
Just a slither, like
slither.
all the fantasy
That's small than a smidge,
like,
guys.
Yeah.
About the historical, I don't know nothing about that time.
That's fair.
Okay.
You went to a Renaissance fair.
Yes,
Hey,
it was wonderful.
We
It
went
educated me a
together.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we were all there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sunburn.
That sun, man.
Hey, Ari.
To say that damn sunburn, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was sunburn.
Sunburn. Sunburn, yes.
Yummy. That is okay, because that's what we're here
It's
for.
our job.
That's our job.
Yeah.
We're your magical guides.
Yes.
And you can learn more about medieval times on every Monday episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna be digging into some
Medieval
history.
times, medieval figures, everything magical, whimsical, powerful.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. This is just a screening question to see,
If we can
how
trust you.
much is it actually known about medieval?
Yeah, because I feel like I have some friends who know way too much, and then,
And
some
then people
that don't know anything at all.
Yeah, anything at all.
But like, we can all relate to the hero's journey. We can all relate to these characters in a way. So it's just nice to know how much you know. Did you read like Shakespeare in high school and stuff?
Yeah. I had no choice. It wasn't enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
Read this, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's usually how it is.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's gonna be the answer for most people, but yeah, I feel like that question is more just to prove a point, because that's what we're all about, proving points.
Prove the point, then. Prove it.
But okay, imagine we're in this magical, whimsical, medieval times. Okay, close your eyes and picture it. The trees are swaying. There's pixie dust floating in the air. You hear some animal noises in the forest. And then you hear the clang of swords in the distance. You hear the horns bellowing from the castle walls.
Yes!
Okay, now Tell me, are you a knight, a wizard, a king, or a gnome? Or a queen, sorry. A knight, a wizard, a queen, or a gnome?
I can't be a king, but
I will be.
I will
I'll do it.
Ooh, I would be a wizard. Know what I mean? I would be a wizard. Like
Wizard gang.
Wizard gang, wizard gang.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, I have another question. Go back to this
Go.
world. Go back to the world. If you had a castle anywhere in the world or anywhere in the imaginary world, what would it look like and where would it be?
Okay, I got it.
Describe
As
to
much
us.
detail
We'll
as
close our eyes and
possible.
picture. Yeah. We'll close our eyes.
So my castle would be near the mountains, but not any mountain. It would be close to like a water fountain mountain
Ooh,
area, so you can see all like the fairies and the pixie dust areas. And then on the castle, of course, it's like a concrete castle, and it has like the roots coming down, flowers all over it, and you have the bridge to get to the castle because not everybody allowed in my castle, so
Real.
I have to have like a little people there to make sure everything's good.
Guards.
And I have the river there, so like I can let down the door whenever I want to.
Oh, like a
But-
moat.
Yes, of course. In the back, I'm gonna have my own garden with the waterfall and everything.
I love it.
It's just everything. Of course, all the women is invited because it's a women.
Oh my god, a
Castle.
women's only castle?
Girls
Yes.
only.
Iconic.
Yes.
Best castle.
Best castle ever.
Yes,
Oh, I love it.
yes.
Beautiful.
That's a question I like to ask anyone and kind of psychoanalyze them based on their answers.
But what is your analysis? What is your
So-
analysis?
The garden and the women only lets me know that you have a very gentle soul and you're very inviting.
Feminine energy.
Yes, very nurturing.
Safe space.
Yes, safe space for sure. A safe space. The moat and the drawbridge let me know that you can be wary at times. You can kind of keep your guard.
You can
up.
put your walls up. You keep your
Put
guard up.
walls up.
Mhm.
Yeah, very discerning personality.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, a good
Yes.
judge of character, I would say.
Yeah. That just described me in a T.
Hey, it was your castle.
Me and Ari know someone who put like snipers on the edge of their castle, and we're like, yeah, we know.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It
we knew
makes
the
sense.
snipers were there.
It checks out.
That
You know,
checks
of
out.
course, it's gonna be protected. I'm gonna have my guards up. So.
Yeah, the guards are ready.
Mhm.
All right. And last but not least, I hope you came prepared
Oh,
because you have to give our viewers a quest.
Oh. Okay.
the stakes are
This
high.
is interesting. This is juicy. I mean, bodying my inner wizardness,
Yeah, become the wizard.
Ooh. Do something that scares you. Something out of your comfort zone. This have been the theme of the episode, so it might as
Mhm.
well.
Okay.
Do something out of your comfort zone, like take a class you never took before.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
I like that. yeah.
Educating and out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe I'll go to that pottery class that we didn't get to go to.
Oh my god.
We supposed to
We should do
been
that.
go to that.
We pushed a beat and we didn't.
Go to that.
We be so busy. We have so many ideas and we
I know.
can't
Well,
fulfill them
okay,
all.
we created a summer bucket list of like 10 major items and we
Oh, yeah.
completed 8 before she moved.
Oh well, that's impressive, actually.
Mhm.
And
I
the
think
pottery
it's
class
better
was
than
on
I've
there,
ever
but
done.
we didn't go because it cost money.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
We was doing a lot of free things, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Things are always better.
that's so true.
Yeah. You know, I should pull up like a pottery YouTube tutorial and get some like
Yeah, I'll
Well,
do
yeah.
like the air dry
the
clay.
air dry clay. Yeah, I think about that every day.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
what if?
Let's just get on a Zoom
Just
call one
make-
day and do
and just
air
do
dry
some
pottery
air dry-
together.
yes, have a craft day.
What
Have a
if-
craft day.
We do a Renaissance episode. We have to make statues with the clay.
Shut up. That's amazing.
That's genius. Okay, pinning that. I'm writing that one down.
Pinning it.
Air dry sculpture day.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually genius. Okay.
I mean, when I say take the classes, you have to go out and pay for one. Like Maggie said, pull up a YouTube video and do something that you never done before.
Bob
Yeah.
Ross is on Netflix.
Yes, I used to love doing that. I used to sit in the common room at my college and I'd put it on the TV and we'd have paint nights and I'd like supply everything and just paint stuff.
Oh, so fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
What's it called? I like that. And also, there's an app that y'all can get called Eventbrite, I think. And they have a lot of stuff on there too that's in your city where it's like sometimes like yoga classes in public. Ori's the one that showed me the app.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I've mentioned it here before on the podcast, but yeah, they also have like classes and things that you could go on for free or seminars or something. And I always recommend that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. There's a lot of things you can do. I'm still looking at different places here in NOLA's to do so many different things.
Oh,
So
I bet.
Mhm. Alrighty, Ori, thank you for your quest. Anything you would like to say about yourself, about your content? This is your time to self-promo because we didn't do that at all before. So in case you wanted to mention
I was in the
anything
zone.
or say anything,
Well,
now is
as
your
you
time.
well, as you know, I am a podcaster, but I'm also a spiritualist, a medium, a reader. And if you need any spiritual advice, I have that. I will give them my link to my website. It's called www.essenceTrueSelf.com. You can just type that in the search bar and it will come up. And you can sign up for my email list that you receive a shadow book e-guide to start your shadow work to become your true self. And I'm have so many other great things to come out, but also check out my podcast called The Essence of True Self. You have so many free things you can get from that to help you be the best version of yourself. Oh, also all my social medias. Yes, it's also Essence of True Self, so check that out as well.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for being our very first guest on the Questing Hour podcast. It had to be
Yes.
you.
Of course.
If anyone, it was going to be you. So
Thank
Literally.
you.
you're our favorite guest so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the only one. I might as well be.
You're at the top 10.
You're top tier, top
Yeah.
10 guest. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It really means a lot for me to be the
course, yeah.
first guest.
Of course.
Yeah.
I definitely value your thoughts and opinions. And I was like, I know that as a fellow content creator and podcaster, that like, I feel like this was a good chance to kind of have our worlds combine a little bit, because I think both of our podcasts give something of like just kind of being the best version of yourself. Yours is a lot on the deep diving spiritual side, and then ours is more kind of external. We talk about a lot of deep things, but we send people on quests that'll affect the deep things. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I think it's a good blend of the best of both worlds. So I was like, this is a perfect chance to have perfect first guest, sets the tone. I also want to say to our viewers that the rest of some of our interviews might be a bit more professional, as they are more, I don't want to say not professional, but like Ori's our friend. Or like so this, of course, we're like laughing and hanging out, and I'm sure we're going to be laughing and hanging out in a lot of these, but some of them are not like our best friend and strangers, so some of them might be a bit more professional or not as laughy and more wordy, I'm sure, because everyone has a different perspective to share. So just a little forward warning for that.
Yeah. I love it. Well, anything else, you guys?
No,
Nope.
that's thank you for
That's all
having
for
me.
me.
It's been so fun. Well, this is Thursday. You guys got your quest. Learn something new. Do something that scares you. Take a class.
Take a class.
Do it. And we'll be back here on Monday with a little historical episode for you, and of course another side quest. And follow us
dance
on
TikTok and went viral
Viral
with
with
it.
Went viral with it. Speaking
Everyone
of
do the
TikTok,
dance.
follow us on TikTok and Instagram at QuestingHR Podcast, on Twitter at Questing Hour. We also have a bunch of other things, basically any other social media you can find us
Pinterest,
on.
Tumblr.
We're there.
Everything. Reddit.
literally everything. We are all over the place all the time. So yeah, follow us there. Let us know how your quests are going. You can use hashtag MyQuestingHour if you want to post about it and share it with us.
Share your quest with us, please.
Yeah. And in the meantime, me and Ari will see you back here on Monday.
Of course. Farewell, travelers.
Bye!